Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Happy Sunday to all of you. Even though we will start this video with not too happy article that I came across yesterday, we will end this with something humorous that I'm sure will bring smile to your face. And that is always one of the most healthiest things to do. We have to smile more and find humor in many things that we are witnessing because it's all illusion. It's a big theater, I'm telling you it is. Today, in this video, I will be bringing to you an article about poverty in Poland. And the title of this one will be 1 in 15 Poles lives in extreme poverty. Then we will go to Ursula von der Leyen. As you know, I call her Ursula the Witch. That is addressing the tariffs that Trump has just signed into existence on April the 2nd. And then we will go to a very interesting topic that I want to address. Does Poland looks to buy or lease port in Odessa? I came across this video and I want to explain to you who this person is who is talking about it from Polish government. And we will end the video, like I've told you already, with something quite humorous that I think you will appreciate because it's quite accurate. European Union State of Affairs presented with a humor. So let's go to the first article, everyone. Let's get to the point. The first article I have for you is this one. 1 in 15 Poles lives in extreme poverty. How can you help yourself? Let's read this. Sorry for the commercials, I cannot close it. They are bombarding us with this from every angle. 3% Poles cannot afford the most basic products such as bread. 7% of respondents are not able to cover utility fees, and 8% admitted to problems with paying rent. What kind of help can you count on in Poland? Well, Ukraine can count on help, right? Not Poland. The conclusions of the Poverty Watch Poland 2024 study are hard to ignore. In Poland, 2.5 million people, and that is 6.6% of all Poles, live in extreme poverty. The last time such a high rate was recorded was in 2015. We speak of extreme poverty when someone lacks the basic means of survival, clean water, adequate housing, clothes, medicine, or food. In 2022 and 2023, statutory, poverty line in Poland was lower than the extreme poverty line. As a result, some extremely poor people did not have the right to social assistance benefits, which should be intended for the poorest. As it was emphasized in the report, such a situation should never happen again. In March 2025, Katarzyna Nowakowska, deputy head of the Ministry of Family, Labor and Social Policy, said in an interview with PAP that the ministry had developed a project changing the frequency of verification of income criteria in social assistance. It is to be carried out every year, not every 3 years. 3 years, those people no longer alive, right? Further changes in social care because it does not respond to current needs and challenges. So what's the reform? The reform of the social assistance system will be carried out in stages. Our assumption is that the act should not have large financial consequences. Then it will be able to enter into force quickly. Blah, 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 blah. The reality is that the money goes. Why even those colors, right? You see? I think this is like a Ukrainian outfit, really. Why are they using? This is subliminal messages here, right? It's kind of crazy. Sorry, guys, I'm sidetracking. But if you look at this image, imagine this hand, this person is Polish and this is Ukrainian. And who is reaching out for help? Pole is reaching out for help and Ukrainian is giving it, right? Because those little cups, containers are directed towards this hand. It's actually in reality completely twisted, but that's how it looks like. 3% of Poles cannot afford the most basic products such as bread. You know, what can I tell you? What you focus on, everything else but the citizens of your own country, correct? And it's not just in Poland. I'm sure this is everywhere, pretty much in every country, really. Even those very successful ones on the top of most rich countries in the world still have problems. So now let's go to Ursula the Witch, that is one of the contributors to those problems in many countries. Let's play the video about how she is addressing Trump's tariffs. Okay, let's take a listen.
President Trump's announcement of universal tariffs on the whole world, including the European Union, is a major blow to the world economy. I deeply regret this choice. Let's be clear-eyed about the immense consequences. The global economy will massively suffer. Uncertainty will spiral and trigger the rise of further protectionism. The consequences will be dire for millions of people around the globe, also for the most vulnerable countries, which are now subject to some of the highest US tariffs, the opposite of what we wanted to achieve. The tariffs will also hurt consumers around the world. It will be felt immediately. Millions of citizens will face higher grocery bills, medication will cost more, as well as transportation. Inflation will go up, and this is hurting in particular the most vulnerable citizens. All businesses, big and small, will suffer from day one, from greater uncertainty to the disruption of supply chains, to burdensome bureaucracy. The costs of doing business with the United States will drastically increase. And what is more, there seems to be no order in the disorder, no clear path through the complexity and chaos that is being created as all US trading partners are hit. In the past 80 years, trade between the European Union and the United States has created millions of jobs. Consumers across the Atlantic have benefited from reduced prices. Businesses have benefited from huge opportunities, leading to unprecedented growth and prosperity. And at the same time, we know that the global trading system has serious deficiencies. I agree with President Trump that others are taking unfair advantage of the current rules, and I'm ready to support any efforts to make the global trading system fit for the realities of the global economy. But I also want to be clear. Reaching for tariffs as your first and last tool will not fix it. This is why from the outset, we have always been ready to negotiate with the United States to remove the remaining barriers to transatlantic trade. At the same time, we are prepared to respond. We are already finalizing the first package of countermeasures in response to tariffs on steel. And we're now preparing for further countermeasures to protect our interests and our businesses if negotiations fail. We will also be watching closely what indirect effects these tariffs could have, because we cannot absorb global overcapacity, nor will we accept dumping on our markets. As Europeans, we will always promote and defend our interests and our values, and we will always stand up for Europe. But there is an alternative path. It is not too late to address concerns through negotiations. This is why our Trade Commissioner, Maroš Šefčovič, is permanently engaged with his US counterparts. We will work towards reducing barriers, not raising them. So let's move from confrontation to negotiation. Finally, I would like to speak directly to my fellow Europeans. I know that many of you feel let down by our oldest ally. Yes, we must brace for the impact that this will inevitably have. Europe has everything it needs to make it through the storm. We are in this together. If you take on one of us, you take on all of us. So we will stand together and stand up for each other. Our unity is our strength. Europe has the largest single market in the world, 450 million consumers. That is our safe harbor in tumultuous times. And Europe will stand at the side of those directly impacted. We have already announced new measures to support the steel and cars sectors. Last week, we limited the amount of steel that can be imported to Europe tariff-free. This will give more breathing space to these strategic industries. Now, we will also convene strategic dialogues with the steel, the automotive, and the pharmaceutical sectors, and others will follow. Europe stands together for our business, for our citizens, and for all Europeans, and we will continue to build bridges with all those that, like us, care about fair and rules-based trade as a basis for shared prosperity.
All right, everyone, my few cents here, if I may. First and foremost, is it true that Europe has the largest consumers market, 450 million consumers? I think BRICS has more, right? I might be wrong. But if we look at the BRICS altogether, I'm sure it's much more. Just China alone plus one more country. Just saying, okay? Now, when I look at her, and I want to explain again why I call her Ursula the Witch, it's because even when you look at this video, let me show it again, it looks like Under the Sea. You know, there was the movie Ariel in which one of the main characters, villains, her name was Ursula, and she was stealing the voice from Ariel, and she was singing a song about poor innocent souls because she was the witch. So this looks like Under the Sea project for me. I'm laughing because, you know, you cannot take this seriously anymore. It's just like absolute theater. So that's what she has to say. And ultimately, all this strength, at the end of the day, the message is we have to negotiate. End of story. Now, I want to bring your attention to something that I came across this morning. And before I play this video, I want to say, well, maybe let me read what is in this video, and I will tell you from someone who is Polish and someone who knows who the man in this video is, that the video is describing and talking about, that I know a little more than most people that probably will repeat this news and they have no idea who the guy is. So let me play this, and I will be reading to you without the sound what's in this video. So, Poland looks to buy or lease port in Odessa. It's like very breaking news, okay? Poland warns Ukraine of grave consequences. What was it about? If it joins EU, okay? And shocking, 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 shocking. So let's go right here to this. Poland should acquire a section of Black Sea port of Odessa to transport grain. All right, what else? It will go to a face in a second. Okay, this is the man. The suggestion came from Polish Deputy Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development. You see him, his name is Michał, what's his name? Sorry, guys, I forgot his name. I know it's not professional, but I don't really pay much attention to him. Kołodziejczak, Michał Kołodziejczak, all right? I will tell you in a second who he is. So this is Michał Kołodziejczak. He said those words. And Ukraine should sell a wharf or lease it to use for 50 years. That's what Kołodziejczak said. All right, so let me tell you what is this about. So Kołodziejczak, who came from farmers, Polish farmers, a number of years ago, who is not respected by Polish farmers at all, who betrayed Polish farmers, who literally no one takes seriously at all. And I'm saying this with full awareness what I'm saying, because I've watched the reaction during the strikes that Polish farmers had in Poland, as you remember, very intense ones. And farmers cannot stand him, honestly. It's what happened is this man came from farmers, and on their backs, he went to Polish government. So you know what happened, right? He sold to the politics, and he pretends as if he stands for farmers, but he does not. Those statements that he made were during an interview, and he just said those things. So what I would like to tell you, if you hear this somewhere that Poland is requiring Odessa, it's BS. This is not an official statement. He's just mumbling, bumbling like a Muppet just during the interview and making those statements. Of course, as we know, ultimately probably Odessa will end up as being part of Russia again. So I just want to emphasize, don't take this man seriously. Polish farmers, majority of them, if there are any who still believes in him, then I don't know, but majority of Polish farmers cannot stand him, even though he's supposed to represent them. So, sorry, I was talking without showing you the face, but that's exactly what is the story. I will attach the video down below in the description box. And now I want to end this video with something funny, because this is a perfect representation of European Union after those tariffs and the state of affairs in Europe and how it looks like from the Muppet Show side of view. As many of you know, I often call this reality that they are creating for us to believe in as Muppet Show. Let me mute myself. I will take you to the video. Hopefully all will play well, including the sound.
Hello? Huh? No. Oh. Shippy! 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 It's pretty good and poopy on the sweepy. You know, they say if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. I'm sorry. Okay, keep going. I don't know where that came from. Go ahead. Oh, I think there's a K in Knucklehead.
So that's pretty accurate how things looks like in European Union. And I think Ursula the Witch could be played by the cook, Swedish cook, by the way. That's all I have for you today, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had some laughter at the end of this. All the links will be attached down below in the description box. Make sure to hit the thumbs up if the video brings you any value, of course. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Leave the comments down below and let me know what you think. And if you choose to support my work, you can do it by joining my Patreon or becoming a member of my channel. You can also become a local supporter. And one more thing, follow me on Instagram if you have Instagram. That would be great. This is my Instagram page right here. It's AniaK_44. And with this being said, have a wonderful Sunday, lots of love. And remember, we are the leading edge and we are saving humanity. And I see you in another video. Bye, everyone.